All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter, I know you had a great day because I could tell you're still on that cigar from last night at 2 a.m. How's that going for you, my friend?
Last night, that was earlier this morning. So
That's
yeah,
right. Not even last night. A couple hours ago.
I only hit my bed sometime after 3:30 this morning, and yeah, it was quite a night. So yeah, here I am though, baby, ready to go. A little rough and ready. Still tasting that cigar. Lingered for a
Yeah, I
while
bet.
there, but had some good bourbon, some good scotch, some good Canadian whiskey, and played some poker with some buddies, and here we are.
That is awesome,
What can
man.
we say?
Glad you had an amazing time yesterday. Friends, welcome to you on YouTube. Welcome also to our members in chat. Well, I'm not in chat yet. Let me get in chat and say hello to our friends there. But let's get to U.S. economic data, Peter. You have some stuff for us this morning. Retail sales numbers are, I believe, are out, and market doing a little something today.
Indeed. We do have a bunch of numbers out this morning. Nothing was expected to move too much. As you can see, the forecast everywhere was, a couple tenths of a percentage point expected. In all cases, though, we seem to have had some surprises to the upside. I've got core retail sales up there first. So you can see the forecast, the actual number came in at 0.4%, which is above the number on the import price. That came in above expectations. No, sorry. The month over month came in under expectations at 0 compared to the point 0.2 estimate. The export also came in under expectations at minus 0.5. So extra contraction there on the export price. Retail sales, you see the number was expected to contract by 0.3%, actually came in exactly at 0%. So, surprise number there. But again, we're talking a little bit of difference, not huge. And yeah, that was it. So, things are a little bit over or under the numbers that were expected there. So, as you can see, the market so far, well, little bit of a reaction, but not really that much. At 10 o'clock, we've got the business inventories coming out. And then at noon, we've got this the Atlanta Fed GDP Now number, which is the Q2 number expected to come in with 2% growth. So neither one of those, again, impact the market. I know I say that a lot, but there's very few of these economic numbers that really drive the market crazy unless we've got a very sensitive market. So, and which is not the state we're in. This market isn't highly sensitive to this economic data. It's much more sensitive to news. We are in an election cycle, so we all know that the election news is the thing that tends to get this market antsy or excited above all else. So, but that's the number. Those are the numbers for this morning, and we are looking forward to again 10 a.m. and noon numbers, but pretty light. I think earnings and well, like Jared was talking about in engineering the markets, the general directional trend of a lot of our indices are going to be what's going to move this market much more than these economic events.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, my friend. Right now, SPY, as you mentioned, not doing a whole lot. Our gap still is a little bit more controllable than it was yesterday. Yesterday, we had a mess there, but let's take a look at what we have this morning. We'll start right here with HMY is leading the way this morning. Shopify, IREN, which always seems to be on this deck, and then some other ones the gapping down today, DJT and some other ones on there. So let's take a look. Start with HMY this morning. This is Harmony Gold. It is up 6%. I never trade this thing. I never look at it. I don't like it at all. And today's no different. I'm not seeing anything that's telling me, hey, you should watch this today. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
Not a lot of news on this. I'm not sure why Harmony Gold is moving so much. Gold prices are certainly on the rise. So I think with gold prices going up, that, as you would expect, is going to help a gold miner. But I'm not sure why the rest of the gold miners are not here and only Harmony is. Maybe it's just a little easier to move. Harmony Gold is not a low float, but it's one of those miners that I guess is solely focused on this market segment. But yeah, I'm not seeing a lot. I stay away from the miners. So I know I've said it a lot, but this mining sector, I don't know why they don't trade well. They don't.
They don't. They're pretty bad. So we'll give this a nice old garbage truck to start out the day this morning, and it will run right to the next one. Let's look at Shopify. So if we look at Shop today, wait, didn't we? The garbage truck didn't come out. What happens to the garbage truck? Garbage truck is on. Was partying out with Peter. There it is. There's the garbage truck for a good buddy HMY. Shopify up nicely, 5.3 this morning, 285,000 shares traded. So we got some volume on it. Shopify, it could be hit or miss whether it's going to be in play or not, or trade well. Today looks in play. Peter, we have any news on Shopify? Oh, just
good old Shopify. Well, that's popular with me just because I've got it's local here. It's in my own city, their headquarters. They did get 2 different upgrades this morning, so the market overall, I guess, is feeling bullish about them. Bank of America, which is the bigger of the 2, Wolf Research is the other one, but Bank of America by far is the more influential of the analysts that upgraded them. Interestingly, both analysts put a price of around $80 on Shopify, and I guess they're feeling bullish. The one other piece of news: Cathie Wood. We haven't talked about her in quite a while, but Cathie Wood has apparently added some Shopify for the portfolio that she manages. So, some general analyst-based bullish news here on Shopify. Shopify is another one of these that doesn't trade all that well. I'm not. This is one that puzzles me because it should trade well. Like, it looks like it should. It's usually okay on volume. It's it could theoretically should move, but I don't know, for whatever reason it doesn't. I don't know. I have to assume Shopify is dual traded on the Canadian and US markets. It is a NYSE stock on top of it. So anyways, enough reason just to be very cautious. Shopify might be worth watching, but it's iffy. I would be very, very skeptical. It would have to do something very special for me to put some money into it, especially being that on this news, we're only trading about 290,000 shares this morning. So it's not looking absolutely fantastic. On a 5-minute, it looks okay. On a 1-minute chart, it doesn't look as good, in my opinion. But that's the news. So yeah, if Cathie's in it, time to short. Well, yeah, that's maybe. Cathie Wood, she used to have the golden touch, and it hasn't been that way for the last little while. I mean, not that she doesn't know what she's doing. It's just, people go through, especially in this very, very tough market, people go through, highs and lows, we'll say.
Yeah, that's well said. Next on here, guys, is IREN. IREN this morning, these guys are up 4.6, 645,000 shares traded. Another one, again. It's always on our list. I never watch it. I don't like the way this thing trades. The last couple of days, looking at the intraday action, looks like they did some kind of movement here. Again, we're looking at that chart. We can't tell what the price action was just off this, but it looks like they're getting some kind of movement. But again, I usually find something better to look at. So I'll skip these for now. Peter, anything on this one? Just overall up and down on this stock, making our gappers list every day.
The only news I see is that they've appointed Morgan Stanley as a financial advisor to give them basically advice on evaluating the monetization opportunities in the AI data center. So what that implies is usually you do that if you're positioning for some acquisitions. This is they're fairly well positioned in this space and could very well acquire some of the smaller companies out there. So I think it's just popped up a little bit on speculation they may be looking to buy something, being that they've publicly announced that they've hired Morgan Stanley for this type of role.
Yeah. Heading down here, guys. Next will be CIFR. Cipher Mining, another one. Good day. Yes, they went from $5 to around $6 here. So that's a good move. But again, it's just another one that I don't like the way this trades. Usually not great candidates for the strategy that I'm looking for. Let's go to GameStop, Peter, unless you have something on this one.
No, I'm thinking it's sort of a sympathy move with IREN. I mean, they're both in the exact same industry, both of similar size. So I'm not sure why Cipher's moving, other than possibly because if IREN's looking to acquire, then maybe they would be as well. But other than that, yeah, I don't see them directly mentioned in any article.
All right, we'll skip on these guys. Let's head over to our good buddy GameStop making the gap up list this morning. So right now, as we're seeing here, we're up 2% on GameStop, 423,000 shares traded. You just never know. I mean, I think the fun has been over with this stock already, but they're trying to inch their way higher, and you just never know when this thing wants to, get a test at 46 or 50 here. So, Peter, anything out there, or it's just I don't think it's memeing. I don't see the volume to be memeing right now, but anything worth mentioning?
No, I saw something on Twitter earlier this morning. I haven't been up for long, but earlier this morning, my cousin, of all people, had tweeted something about GameStop has some unusual future option activity where there's some big bets being made with GME at a higher price. So the expectation is some deep pockets might come in and push this thing higher. I think it's just moving on speculation based on the options activity, because like you said, I don't see any news on it, and I think the fun is largely over. But you never know with these meme stocks, right? They pop back up when you least expect them.
Yeah, never know. Got to keep watching them and see when the volume decides to come in, and if it's going to be possible to get an opportunity out of it. So I don't see anything great on it today. I'll leave it alone. So we'll move down to our gap. Oh, QS just made our list here. What is going on here? QuantumScape. We've seen this before. Actually, the last couple of days been getting a nice little gap up here. Look at the move over the last two trading sessions. And today up 3.7, 211,000. So I know this doesn't trade well, and even on this daily looks better than what it actually is. So if you look at the day trading action yesterday, it was pretty bad. I mean, it's not clean. Yes, the end of the day green. And the day before was actually a little bit better. This would have been on Friday. Much better as far as the intraday action, but not one typically that trades very well. But Peter, this thing continues to pop here after they gapped up on the 11th. Is this going somewhere that we should be watching here?
Well, if you remember the 11th, we talked about it on Friday the 12th. That's when we saw the news, because the news broke late in the afternoon on the 11th that they've got this deal, this battery deal with Volkswagen. So to have that type of deal with such a large auto manufacturer obviously is a great deal for QuantumScape, and they rose on that basis. I assume this is just a continuation of the move. Based on that, I mean, it's still going to give them business opportunity, because I don't really see anything new out there.
Yeah. All right, let's head down to the gap down list, guys. DJT this morning, we are down 9%, 1.6 million shares traded right now. So not a whole lot of volume. Not a whole lot of activity pre-market wise, but tons of volume. Right down 1.6 million right now. So again, big sell-off on yesterday after the huge gap up. And I mean, this stock tends to do this, right? It gets a nice gap up and always sells down. It never holds. Every time we get above here, it seems to always sell down. 54 is acting as a good resistance there. But again, just usual play. And normally there's no shares for sure. I see shares for sure today, but normally there's none. So I'm sure it's very little. I guarantee you it's like, yeah, very small, 350,000. So not even a whole lot of shares for us to take advantage of. Peter, I mean, we know the news on this, but we're just kind of getting a second day play here.
Yeah, it is exactly that. Just a second day play. What goes up must come down in these news cycles. I don't see anything new. I don't see any particular love for this. It doesn't seem to be continuing. Like you point out, yesterday the price action was generally downward over the course of the day. It had that big pop pre-market, as you would expect after the failed assassination attempt, and it really sold off most of the day yesterday, and it's continuing that today. So probably we'll be doing it today with less volume than it did yesterday. And if you didn't like it yesterday, you're going to like it even less today.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. So we'll leave that alone. Let's see what's next here on the gap down list. SCHW. So SCHW, this is Charles Schwab. And again, these banks don't trade very well sometimes, but they're here. They're down 5%, 202,000 shares traded, no volume. If we are going to get volume, it's going to be at the market open. So right now, looking pretty light for the most part, but they don't trade a whole lot of shares. Like if you look at their daily, 202,000 shares traded, 202,000 shares traded, no volume. If we are going to get volume, it's going to be at the market open. So right now, looking pretty light for the most part, but they don't trade a whole lot of shares. Like if you look at their daily, They're around maybe 5 million shares on average. So a little bit low there when it comes to the daily. And I don't think I ever watched this or traded this, right? Usually when this is in play, we got other stuff like Bank of America today, or some other banks that we can look at. Peter, latest and greatest on this one.
Banks are banks are hard done. Well, they're not hard done by. Nobody can feel sorry for a bank, can they? But the banks and the financial companies, I guess expectations are always high. They beat their numbers, so they had a good quarter. But that's not good enough, because then they dig into the numbers under the number. And while they beat overall, certain business units and divisions weren't performing to the analyst expectations, and therefore they start dragging the stock down. That seems to have been the story across pretty much every bank in this earnings cycle, right? They'll dig in and say, oh, well, this division or that division didn't do as well, and therefore we're going to take you down. So, yeah, Schwab seems to be no exception. It is one of the worst trading of the financial institutions. So, I wasn't even really tracking it very closely. I think you're going to see, relatively low volume and difficult trading on it. It's not something I spend a lot of time with. There are better banks or financial institutions if you really want to trade them today. We'll talk about those.
Yeah. Yep, they sure are. Heading down here, PHUN. This is another one, Funware, that makes our list now and then. Sold off yesterday, but it just looks brutal. This should not be on our list. I don't think it's in play. We'll move down to Morgan. Yeah.
Where DJT goes, fun follows. So.
Yeah, exactly. Morgan Stanley, guys, here down 3% this morning, 411,000 shares traded in play today. Obviously, looks like off earnings. Was it this morning or last night?
This morning.
They have earnings.
Yep.
This morning?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so this morning, earnings on Morgan Stanley. Again, the reaction here. And what's the latest on this one?
Yeah, their earnings came out just a little over an hour ago, and same story as I was talking about for Schwab. Beat their numbers, so they had a good quarter. However, their wealth unit had lower than expected results, and therefore the entire bank. I can't speak. The entire bank is dropping. You can see, big range. The range has been growing over the last couple of days in anticipation of earnings, but it's not a great trade. I was watching some of the banks yesterday as we had earnings on some of the others, right? The Goldman Sachs we were talking about, and BlackRock, for example, some of the other financial institutions. Morgan Stanley, I don't know, maybe it can sometimes trade well, often doesn't. Watch it if you want, but it's probably the best of those that had earnings today, aside from Bank of America, which I'm surprised that hasn't made our list, but it's because it's just under our 2% threshold. Bank of America also had earnings this morning, also beat their numbers, right? So you notice that consistency. First off and foremost, they all beat their numbers. More revenue, more earnings than forecasted. In Bank America's case, their investment division, investment banking, was higher than expected, and that made the analysts happy. So the price is going up a little bit, but as you see, not much. The best volume is on Bank of America. So of all the ones that tend to trade liquid volume, Bank of America tends to be the best. But it's you got to trade very narrow ranges. Look at that daily chart. You can see the ranges aren't very big on it normally. So you're trading it for pennies most of the time.
Yeah, they don't move a whole lot. All right, and then last one on our list is going to be Lee, and Lee is similar to XBEV, right? They're just gapping up and down and not really giving you great opportunities. I don't see anything special here this morning. They're down 2.2. The EV that we keep track of the most, as you guys know, is Tesla, and they'll be fun to watch this morning as well. Already 1.6 million shares traded. We'll be keeping an eye on them. So, but as far as Lee goes, Peter, anything there?
Not really. I mean, there's always people feeling bullish. There's more people that seem to be following this from the analyst community. They have better delivery numbers than some of their competition, which has been bolstering them, and the delivery numbers are expected to come out in the next week or two here. So we'll see how well they actually did for last month. But Lee, despite the analysts following them, like we talked, I think I mentioned this yesterday. I loved the days when we were trading these EV companies. Neo, Andrew, I think traded Neo like every day for
Oh, me
I don't
too.
know, Carlos, like weeks
Yeah,
and weeks.
yeah,
Every single
yeah.
day, he was making money off of it, and they just don't trade very well now. Yeah, that was back probably a year and a half
It's,
ago,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and you should have, right? Because I mean, they were moving very well. There you go. Yeah, over that time frame. Oh, it was more than that. 4 years ago,
Yeah.
really? Is my memory
Well,
that bad?
no,
No.
yeah, but a year and a half ago, we still were trading it. We traded for a period at least from 2020 all the way to like 2022, right?
The
So not
lost
4 years,
years.
4 years ago, but yeah, this is an EV mania, man. If you look at any EV chart during this time frame, actually, let's go take a look. Tesla during that time frame, same thing. Look how Tesla did, right? 2020,
Yeah.
2022. Look at the movement. This is a monthly chart, by the way. But yeah, everyone, Lee, you mentioned XPEF, same thing during that time frame. There was just wild. I'll show you XPEF here as well. But yeah, we don't get that anymore, right? Look at this, and this is this is a lot of movement. Now you can barely see it. Again, it's a monthly chart, but it gives you an idea of how much movement we're getting throughout the days here. So yeah, those days are gone when it comes to this EV. All right, not much there. Peter, how about anything else that you're watching that might have not made our gappers list, especially as we start to get into earnings this week?
Yeah, pretty much everything we've already talked about. The only one I have that hasn't made our list so far is United Health, also an earnings play from this morning. And United Health's case, mixed picture. They UNH, yeah, thank you. They missed on their revenue, beat on earnings. They are up slightly this morning on very low volume. Their earnings were held back a little bit by a cyber attack that happened earlier in the quarter that they cost them a lot more than anticipated, but it doesn't seem to be hurting them too bad as they're gapping up around 2.5% this morning. This is a higher price stock, so a little more difficult to trade at $520. But it can sometimes move, but you've got to be very patient with it. So probably based on the price, I'll put it on a secondary and not look at it unless it really does something extra special.
Yeah, I tried this before. I hate the way it moves. I hate the spread on it. It gets better at the market open, but I really do not like the lack of volume you get on this stock. So it depends on your style of trading. I'm not going to be watching it, but it is in play today. I know it's hard to say right now because the way it looks, but it is in play given the earnings situation. But it's such a brutal ticker for the way I trade. So I'm gonna not gonna add it to my list. Man, this list, Peter. I mean, we came out with one possible Shopify. Should we go back to bed today? What are we looking at here?
Well, I
Let's
certainly feel like going back to bed.
I know you do. I know you love those words right there. But let's go to our members and YouTube chat, see what we can find here, guys. If you haven't done so on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Just a reminder, we are not responsible for the quality of the watch list or the gappers list. That's not Peter and I's fault. So don't hold back your likes based on that. We don't control that part of the show. So let's start here with our chat, guys. I see Javier giving us a few. PLTR keeps coming up, right? People love this ticker. I have a love and hate with them. They're down 2% right now, 2 million shares traded at the moment. So I think they are in play. I said think they are in play because they just treat me so bad sometimes. So we'll add PLTR to the secondary. We'll come back to it. I do like the volume, do like the gap down that we're seeing there, and hopefully that can do something for us. Next, NVIDIA, of course, we'll be watching NVIDIA. We're waiting for when do the first tech companies start reporting? I can't wait to see that because that's what the market is right now, right? Tech is a big chunk of what is moving the market with a lot of volatility. Here's NVIDIA right now. It is pretty much flat, 2.6 million shares traded. So we got tons of volume, but it's not. This is not really in play, right? We're going to watch it at least as a secondary because it is NVIDIA and we know they're going to get volume. We know they're going to move, right? Hopefully those moves are not choppy. But it's NVIDIA, right? I cannot watch NVIDIA. So we'll put it on the list here and we can always come back to it. On a secondary for NVIDIA, I cannot believe I'm doing that. But I want to see something else that's actually in play. Let's see if we can get lucky here. All right, let's see. Tesla, we're up 1.3, 1.6 million shares traded. I do like this one. We do have some movement on Tesla. So I am going to add that one to our list. So Tesla looks good here. Your good buddy AMD, which by the way, AMD, we were talking about this last week, Peter, right? Went on that nice stretch and traded well almost every single day, even when it was stuck in this range, right? The range is pretty wide here, almost $10. It's like a $9 or $8 there, but again, pretty wide range. And if you're trading within that, you can still get some really nice moves. So right now, just quiet, not really gapping up a whole lot. So I won't add it to the list for now. Pretty quiet for the most part. Let's take a look at Amazon this morning. Amazon was mentioned also in our YouTube chat by a few of you guys. I see somebody else there mentioning Amazon as well. And again, just not a whole lot of movement pre-market. We're up 1.1, kind of bouncing back from the pre-market highs at the moment. And I'm not seeing anything great. But we have seen Amazon just take off, right? Look at their pre-market action here. It's just pretty dead. And then look at the kind of day they had yesterday, right? So it just got the volume and just dropped off here. And then we've seen them a couple of times where out of nowhere in the trading day, middle of the day, afternoon, or mid-morning, they just start aggressively moving in one direction, whether up or down. So it's very weird. Peter, I'm not sure if you noticed that the way this stock has been trading, but out of nowhere, they're just pick a direction and start heading that way. And the market's not even moving. So very strange the way it does it. Oscar is saying Prime Day starts today. Nice.
It
Okay.
does. It does.
Nice.
Now, I've watched Amazon on Prime Day a few times, and it has surprisingly little reaction to it.
Yeah.
I would think
Yeah.
that normally that it would, you get a little bit of boost or movement as a result. In the past, anyways, it doesn't have big movement. What you should be aware of, though, Prime Day is apparently a very big day for scammers. So just be careful. A lot of scams out there because everybody knows it's Prime Day and they're looking for deals. And a lot of scammers out there will take advantage of that, right? And try and tell you that it's an Amazon Prime special deal before they take your money and you'll never see it again. So just be careful if you're looking for a deal. Make sure it's a real deal and not something that's going to cost you.
Yeah, absolutely. Who is this clown? Paulo Ferreira in our chat. So I think I think the bot forgot to do the second part of the bot. Like there's two bots in the comments where it says, "Oh, I need help with my investment," and somebody else respond, "Oh, this person was really good to me." I think his partner forgot to get on because it's just him asking questions. Can someone help me? Where can I join a community of investments and that? I'm like, dude, where's the other bot answering your questions? So we're gonna block you here because I don't think you're a real person. So we'll block you. And if you are, you better answer quickly with something that's not bottish. But yeah, it's doesn't make sense to me there. All right. So that is Amazon, guys. So by the way, guys, be really careful. There's so many scams out there and they look so good. So just, be mindful of that. We're constantly getting people saying that one of either Peter or Brian, especially, gets a lot now. Ask you guys to join a secret team of traders. That never happens. So again, be very, very careful. So let's hide this person here. It looks straight like a scam. But yeah. All right, guys, let's look at what else we have here. Apple will be a good one. Let's take a look here. Apple this morning. It's just that, guys. It's one of those days where there's nothing happening. Look at Apple, 400,000 shares traded. We're up slightly. It's not really in play. You can watch it because it's one of our usual suspects, and we hope to get the volume, and they continue to break new highs like they did yesterday. But it's just really not in play. That's good. The comments, I love it. Let's see here. What is this? FFIE? What's that? Oh no, penny stocks. So we really don't trade penny stocks, Rada. Again, I don't recommend them for new traders. If you're new, I don't recommend them. What is this, right? The learning curve is a lot steeper on that stuff, so be very, very careful. I usually stay away from those. And our strategies really, they don't work on these, right? So that's why we don't look at them. Not that they're bad, not condemning them, but it's what it is. STT. Spread is bad. State Street Corporation. This is a pure garbage truck on the way here. So no good, guys. There's nothing really happening here. Be very careful. Very light volume, and I don't see anything in play today. So be careful with that, depending on what you're looking to trade. One more PGR. All right, we're we're pulling. We're pulling here as much as we can, and this is not a good one either, right? So this is very, very choppy. Doesn't look great. So we'll skip on this as well. Friends, it's one of those days where there's just not a whole lot. We'll add Apple on here. We'll fill this list with our usual suspects. We'll get over to announcements and see what's happening in our community today on this beautiful Tuesday. GameStop started moving. Yeah, today's a day like I don't have nothing else on here. You could, yeah, GameStop is going, guys. So you're starting to see a little bit of activity here on GameStop. I'm gonna add it to my list because there's really nothing else. I won't trade it, but for me, this is a big entertainment type ticker, and I love watching the moves on here. I love watching the halts and everybody get excited. I think it's fun, but I don't touch it. MT8CH. I think I actually traded it once, but not on the first move. I traded it once this year. MTCH, guys, up 6.1. Match Group is at 211,000. We've seen them here before, and they don't trade. Well, looks like earnings last night, right? Got a big pop there after hours, and again, just no volume this morning, so I won't be watching them. All right, guys, let's go. Anything else? Riot, Mara. Yeah, give your thoughts on that. Riot this morning flat. Mara yesterday. How about Mara yesterday, man? It took off. So it started rough, right? Rough start, and then out of nowhere around 10:30 or so, it just decided to take off here. So Peter, that did look good. What's your thoughts on overall Bitcoin, Peter, and Mara and Riot?
Yeah, Bitcoin prices, we mentioned it yesterday, right? We're on the rise. They hit a peak around $65,000, down about 1,000 from that at 64,000 right now. The stocks, I haven't watched them, I guess, closely to trade. They did make a move yesterday. I know that when people are mentioning that in the chat room, talking about some of the rise they made. So if that's something you like to watch, then there was opportunity. I was really focused in on Tesla and the great moves it was making, trying to get some opportunity out of that, as well as, of course, AMD. So yeah, Mara's not bad, actually. I mean, look at the price movement yesterday, and you can see that there was some opportunity there. So you can keep an eye on it. You just never know if it's going to move. That's the problem I find with those ones. Usually they don't, and every once in a while they do.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, you can talk about the daily here. Look how choppy it has been. Just really a couple of days we've seen that type of breakout. All right, friends, let's get to our community events announcement. We'll start with today is Tuesday, so we'll look at our calendar. You can always go to variabletraders.com and click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. We'll focus on today, which is Tuesday.
Yeah, it is. And it means we're doing a strategy session today. And Pierre is going to be taking over the airwaves at 8 p.m. tonight. Not only at 8 p.m., but he's going to give you a sneak peek, tell you what his webinar is going to be about at 10 a.m. So stick with us after the market open. Right here, we'll have Pierre on, and he'll give us sort of a preview, I guess, of the webinar tonight. But it's going to be on mastering day trading. It's got a great, great title. Mastering Day Trading, the ultimate guide to success in the markets. Who doesn't want that? He's going to talk to you about how he trades, how his strategy can benefit you, and how you can incorporate some of those approaches to the market into your own trading. So that's happening tonight at 8 p.m. in our webinar for all of our, in our webinar room for all of our elite members. So if you're not an elite member, it's not too late. You can join and be able to attend that webinar. We said we'll have Pierre on for a couple of minutes around 10 this morning to give you a preview of that and what he's going to talk about later tonight. If you're looking forward to next week, Joe Wilson, a new presenter for us, is going to be here. He's going to be talking options and talking about how you can get consistent weekly income, consistent profits through trading options. That will be next week, same time, a week later, 8 p.m. in the webinar room. So that's what we've got coming up tonight and next week. If you want information on the markets at any time, we invite you to visit tradingterminal.com. It's a great place to go and get your economic news, your active news in the morning, see what's gapping and what's moving. I use the scanners all day just to see what's happening. We've got a whole bunch of scanners out of the box, or you can configure them for yourself. Plus, of course, all the other information and educational parts to it that are out there. Lots of stuff in there. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed at tradingterminal.com.
All right, friends. Excellent. Let's get to some levels, which we'll do very quickly today. I mean, Tesla, Apple, and GameStop You know what? I will move up NVIDIA and I'll just watch these four for now and eyes on scanners. I was looking at TSM. Someone mentioned that one in chat as well. If I look at TSM, there's really not much happening, right? There's not really much going on there. It did move yesterday. You know, another semiconductor you can look at. You have plenty of those you can put on your list, but for the most part, not again, just not really in play, right? And that's okay. We're having a slow day today. That's all right. We'll see what the market open brings, and if any volume comes in from our scanners, we'll be looking at that. So let's start with Tesla. Tesla, the last couple of days, seen some really good action, even on this sell-off. Look how nice that was. Pushed up here, and then we're trying to just maintain above this these levels that we have here. A high of the pre-market on Tesla is going to be 257.59, so we'll slam one there, and then towards the bottom we are looking at a 254.41. That's a good level there, and once you do that on the daily, you are surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So we'll look at how that looks at the market open right now. Looking very nice. 1.7 million shares traded. Down over to Apple. Apple pretty quiet right now. Again, not really in play, but this stock has been making all-time highs and moving nicely on a most often than not, right? So we'll give it a benefit. I'll say that we're going to get some kind of action out of it. So 236.65 is the high of the pre-market. Our low is going to be down at 234.43. So that looks good there. And then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Now, GameStop hitting 28 here, 28.20. So we're getting a little bit of some love out for GameStop. Let's see if this thing can develop into any type of memeing action. That'll be fun to watch. So 28.20 is the high at the pre-market right now. 29.15 towards the top. Good level on the daily. Look how much flirting we've done with that level there. So definitely one you want to have down here, resistance here, opened up here, shot up, and then lost it. So a level that has gotten many touches there. 30.62 is a nice one there, and then all the way up here we're looking at a 33.56. All right, we're getting something cooking here on GameStop. Then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, looking good this morning. That's what it is. There's nothing else happening. So people are just coming to GameStop because there's nothing else going on. So it's like, let's just trade something we can actually get moving and get some opportunities out of here. NVIDIA is next. So if we look at NVIDIA, I am going to do some levels towards the bottom here. Low of the pre-market 127.62, and then we also have 129.03. So we're going to slam one there as well. And then we're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So there you have it, friends. That is NVIDIA right now. And that is really all I have. There's nothing else that looks much better than this at the moment. So, Peter, let's get, we're running very early. So do you have any kind of rants for us? This is because we are like way ahead of schedule. For those over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. I think you're on mute, Peter, because I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm on mute. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Maybe I should rant about needing more sleep because, I mean, I'm telling you, man, going to bed after 3:30 and waking up 4 hours later is not good for my old self. I'm feeling it this morning. So I'm going to be trading slow. Probably won't trade the open at all. But I like days like this, right? I don't mind days where we don't have a lot on the gappers list because I can go focus on the stuff that I like to trade anyways, which is our Teslas, our AMDs, NVIDIAs, Apple, all right? And then I'm not so worried about missing out on some of the other stuff that's moving because it's not really moving. It's hopefully going to be a decent day for me. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. You never know until the opening bell rings and we see how things move. As long as we get some decent, consistent movement, then I'm happy. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Did things happen last night that I wasn't paying attention to? I got lots of people putting in random things here. What happened with the Star Spangled Banner at a baseball game last night?
I have not been keeping up with baseball. I have no idea what took place. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up on YouTube later. I hope that he messed that up. That's pretty hard to mess up.
I will say it maybe here you want to rant. This is sort of a sideways rant a little bit, but I'm going to give a shout out instead of a rant to my good buddy Andrew, because yesterday Andrew sent us a note. Carlos, when did he send that? Like noon our time, maybe like 3 hours anyways after the market opened.
Our time. Said, yeah,
I couldn't get up because I was out too late the night before, or no more partying for me. I can't do this anymore. Just want to say, dude, I'm here, right? Throw down to you, buddy. So, you know what? Go out, whatever. Show up for the markets. So, it's there's no excuses. If I can do it, you can do it, young pup. So, there you
Oh
go.
man, I remember my good days when I was younger, much younger. I was very cool with my boss, and he was the VP, and this guy loved to drink, and he would love to invite me out. And I'm a young kid, I
Yeah.
have no money, right? So he's paying, buying everything, and I enjoy a lot of great nights in the city, by Bryant Park and all that area. Next morning, he was in there every day early. So it's like one day I showed up late, like, hey, listen, if you come party with me, you got to come work with me at the same time too. I'm like, man, it was rough, and I was young, and he was in his probably 45, 50, and
Ancient.
he could do it, man. Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
legend, legend.
it's he built up decades worth of tolerance that you hadn't
He built it
done,
up.
I
Yeah, he built it up.
guess.
I guess I didn't get enough practice. Um,
Yeah.
all right, friends. You know what? We can hang. It's the recovery. That's the problem. We can hang until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It's the recovery part that really gets to you.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Yeah. Friends, let's see what our moderators are watching. If they're watching even anything. What's the moderators have here? We got 3 moderators. All right, we'll give them a little more time. Moderators, throw those lists out there. I know it might be light today. You might have only 2 or 3, but throw them out there, and then Peter's going to walk you through that. As we wait for that, let's take a look at the overall market. See what we're doing here. Market is just flat. I got Tesla, I got Apple, I got GameStop, I got Nvidia. That is what we'll be watching today. So POTRs on my secondary. I have Shop also on here as well. Shop is, I know we don't like the stock, but it is up 5.3. 420,000. This could be the sleeper today, guys. This could be the one that actually gives us an opportunity. I'm sure we do have shares for short. It trades horrible. I usually never end up watching this, but today we got space. We got plenty of stocks to short on this thing. We'll be looking out for that one as well. All right, let's go over our moderators list and see what else we can come up with here.
All right, moderators list. That's me. Okay,
That's
let's
you.
start. We're starting to get them in here, and we can see who's got what. We'll start at the top with Mike. And everybody's watch list is both similar and relatively short. So Mike's got Tesla and Nvidia on his list, and he's going to focus right in on those two. Thor going to be looking at AMD, Tesla, and Nvidia. So, like I said, commonality and short. Pierre is going to be looking at Nvidia, Mara, PLTR, and Amazon. I've let you know, I guess, that there's one expected IPO here, but it looks iffy that it's going to open. I don't really expect it today, but it's on the slate. IPOs, by the way, if you haven't traded them, you got to be very careful with them, and they don't always open when they say they're going to open. Lots of things can affect an IPO opening because there's lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes before they become publicly available. The public availability, which is the first time we see an IPO, is sort of the tail end of a very big process, right? There's a lot of money that needs to flow into an IPO and a lot of things that need to occur before it goes public. So it's not a surprise these things have been moving and that they're fairly unreliable, but we'll see if those happen. For my watch list today, I'm going to be looking at AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, Bank of America, maybe. I'll just keep an eye on it to see if it moves, and then I'll watch the scanners just to see if anything pops up. And of course, I should always mention the BBT chat room, which is the best source of information because there's, again, thousands of eyeballs out there who are watching things for me, and they will certainly call it out if things start to move and I'm not paying attention to it. So thank you to all of our traders in the chat room. Susan is going to be watching Bank of America, Google, Amazon, and AMD. Jared will be keeping it tight, watching Amazon and some QQQ credit spreads. So if you know Jared, you know he's always got his eye and his finger on the pulse. So we'll see what happens in that space, and I'm sure he'll let us know and keep us abreast of things that are moving. Eamon has a potential long trade in MU. His style's a little bit different than most of us, but very, very effective. So he's looking at Micron this morning. And Brendan is going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, and DJT. Oh, he's going to take maybe a flyer, or at least keep an eye on DJT to see if it does something interesting. First one with that on the list. And last but not least, Brian is going to be watching AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, Baba, we haven't talked about them this morning. I don't think they're doing much. Let me call them up here. What's Baba doing? Let's take a look at that very quickly. Not doing much this morning. Relatively low volume, not a lot of movement, but Brian must see something in it, so he's going to keep an eye on it. I'm sure he'll let us know if it's moving well, and the scanners as well. So there you go. That's what we've got for our moderators this morning. And Carlos, yours, I assume you're going to be sticking with the standard that we've got on the screen here, Tesla. Excuse me, Tesla, Apple, NVIDIA. NVIDIA twice.
Yep, that's my list. Yeah, that's my list. Yeah, Tesla, Apple, GameStop, NVIDIA. Do I have NVIDIA twice? I do not. I moved it up. So I got PLTR and Shopify
Okay.
on the secondary. Yep. So
All right,
yeah, that's what we have. Friends, stay tuned. We're going to be tuning into Brian trading live throughout the market open. And also we do have Pierre coming in at 10. He's going to be talking about the webinar he's doing tonight. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. So as we go through the market open, we'll be checking in on the market, seeing what's moving, and hopefully getting some more activity than we are getting now. And we will. We just got to be able to find those opportunities in time to take advantage of them. That's what happens, right? We might hit the scanners. It might be a little bit too late, or you might not be able to set up properly. But we'll get the opportunities. We just got to see when they, if we can take advantage of them. Over on YouTube, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, yes. On days like this, you're right, Peter. On days like this, you got to be patient. You got to just know that you might walk away today without taking a trade, and that's very difficult to do for a new trader. New traders don't know how to do that very well. I know for myself that was one of the toughest things, knowing when not to take a trade, because as a new trader, you just want to hit the button. You want to be in the button. When you hit the button, you feel like you did something, whether you win or lose, right? But mostly when days like this, you don't have nothing, you hit that button, you're probably going to lose more than win. So just be very, very patient. Any webinars this afternoon? Yeah, we do. Peter.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to mention the same thing. Go for it, Carlos.
No, I was going to say Peter mentioned them. Peter, where are they? I was going to throw it back to you, man. You're right on the ball.
Okay. Yeah, Pierre's doing a great webinar tonight about mastering the trade. So it should be a good one. That'll be at 8 o'clock in the webinar room. So nothing this afternoon, but this evening, we've got Pierre taking over the airwaves and giving a webinar in the webinar room. Like we mentioned, he'll be giving you sort of a preview of what he's going to be talking about at 10 a.m. So look forward to having him here on the pre-market show, or I guess it's not pre-market at that point. It'll be the market open segment.
Yep.
So
yes, absolutely.
It'll be good.
So yeah, guys, what else we have here?
Carlos,
so we see,
yeah. While we're here, just before we hand over to Brian, because I see Brian is here. And it looks like he might still be having problems with his vMix, but it's all right. No, he's not. Oh, I don't know.
He's good. He's good now.
I see his camera in the chat room, so wasn't sure.
And
a lot of nodding.
Oh, you see him doing this nodding, a lot of nodding going on
over there. All right.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everybody, if you want to join us at Bearable Traders, we have a live chat room that runs all day, and it's a great place to get information and join a community of active traders who, like you, are trying to make money out of this market and understand how to maximize their opportunities. If you want to do that, bearbulltraders.com is the place to go. It's the same spelling, I guess, as you got in the YouTube channel. Check it out. We've got a number of membership options from the intro offer right through to our elite annual. We think it's a great place, and we think you won't be disappointed. So we invite you over. We like all the new faces and new voices. So please join us. It's a great community and well worth checking out. So
yeah, absolutely, friends. All right, let's see here, guys. Just wait for the market open. We're well ahead of schedule. Once Brian is set, we'll maybe touch base with him and see what he likes this morning. He has AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, Baba, and the scanners. I like the fact he has Baba. It's one of my favorite tickers to trade. Has not been lately, but I'm going to add this to my list because if he's watching it, I want to be part of the fun and also watch this as well. So, let's take a look at Baba here, and we'll see if we can get the volume and if there's any kind of weakness for it today. All right, let's tune into Brian. Brian looks like he's ready to kind of tell us what he's watching today. We'll tune into him. We'll come back and see how the overall market is doing in just a second here.
Hello, Brian.
Brian, there it is.
And Peter.
Oh, there he is. Now I hear you.
I don't know what happened. Anyway, we use this thing called vMix, and I'm told not to. I'm not using it this morning. I'm just supposed to sign into the room like I normally do. So that's what I did. And as soon as I turned my mic on, I just nuked both Peter and Carlos. Let's see if I turn it off. They'll come back.
We're back. I don't think Brian did that.
Nope, apparently not. All right. Well, I guess we still have some bugs to work out here on what's going on in the morning. Let's share the screen. Yeah, I saw the recording stopped. I don't know what happened. Let's see if I've got any angry messages from our chat room where we talk about the open. Nope.
All I can say is rumors of my death have been overstated. I'm still here.
Well, no, I was basically, Brent just told me just to sign in on the chat room like I usually do, and not use vMix. And it seems like as soon as I turned on my mic, it cut you guys off. So Schwab, what's Schwab doing? Oh yeah, happy Prime Day, everybody. I guess we're supposed to say that.
I'm gonna have to leave you and Andrew here. I'm causing an echo the way this is happening. So, Andrew, okay. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. You guys can hear me? You should be able to see my screen as well.
Yeah, I see Schwab is down quite a bit.
So Brian is having issues again with computer. Obviously, technology.
No, I'm not actually. I was told by a producer that I was to sign into the chat room as normal, not use the vMix. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so it's instruction by Brent, by producer. All right. So sorry guys about yesterday. I had a tough weekend and I didn't wake up on time. But what we're seeing here, what a day on Tesla yesterday. It was great on Tesla.
Yeah.
What a great opening range breakout on Tesla. So today IWM is popping up again. TNA is
up another 3%.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it probably, Brian. What do you think? I think I'm going to sell TNA.
Yeah, it's getting pretty extended. I've got a little bit left in mine as well, so I might sell the rest of it today.
I have 1,000 shares. I might actually sell it at the open, so seems pretty extended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Schwab is maybe interesting here. It's
what is Schwab ticker?
SCHW.
Yeah, so wow, down 8%.
Gapping down quite a bit.
It's the earning, huh?
Yeah, I think it would have been earnings this morning. Although the only thing we really had that I see on my list is UNH and Bank of America. I think I saw Susan had Bank of America on her list. I think they had good numbers. 2.5 million shares traded, but it's not really. It's kind of choppy right now. It is kind of breaking out on a daily.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, Amazon's moving here. I guess they're expecting a record Prime Day. Which which I don't understand, because I thought the consumer is tapped out. Apparently not. Sock puppets are still flying off the shelves.
Amazon is gonna go to 200 again, the all-time high, huh?
That's fake news. Okay. Money supply is infinite. Yeah. Tesla looks poised to go higher here. Nvidia.
Sharp is interesting too, huh? So I'm gonna look at Sharp, Charles Schwab, Amazon, and usual suspects of Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD.
I'm kind of nervous about Schwab just because it's an NYSE stock. Netflix looks like it might be strong again today. Netflix is reporting after the close on Thursday. So option prices are quite elevated.
The usual suspects are not doing anything. I got filled half of my TNA here at 45.95. The rest I'm gonna sell at 46. I had a good run on TNA.
Guess Chinese economy is still not doing great. I think that's why their Chinese stocks are down this morning.
Chinese stocks, the DJT Trump Media is also down today.
Yeah, 10%.
Yesterday they also sold off all day, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah. I think there was something in the news about them selling shares to somebody, but I don't know if that was like a secondary offering or if they were buying them from someone else who was holding them. So I don't know. Tesla looking a little bit weak. Some comments from Musk about the robo-taxi. Okay, so we're open. Ding, ding, ding.
The market is open. Let's see where the volume is. Charles Schwab, SCHW. What's the Amazon doing? Amazon is doing nothing. Tesla. What about Charles Schwab, SCHW?
Yeah, Nvidia is selling off a bit. AMD's really dropped hard.
Tesla is interesting. This Tesla is dripping. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see what's gonna happen with Tesla. Tesla is strong now.
Yeah, Tesla's breaking out.
So Tesla turned out to be nice with this scanner as well, 258. That's a nice 1 minute opening range breakout. So I didn't take it.
No.
What Amazon is doing. Amazon looks like it wants to go. I'm long Amazon, 195.40. Amazon 1 minute opening range breakout. I'm long 191.40. Let's see if we can go to 196. Long Amazon at 191.45.40. Let's see if you can. So it turns out to be the 1 minute green range breakup. Let's see if it goes to 196. Yeah, big ask.
Um,
I'm gonna add a little bit more on Amazon here. Let's see if you can get another pop up.
just shorted some BABA at the VWAP, just below it. So now we're sinking.
Oh, there you go. Amazon, guys. Amazon 196.23. Now it's starting selling partialing here. Very nice. Amazon. So you see my screen, guys. You should be able to see my screen, entries and exits. 196.50.
Just covering some BABA at 77.10.
Ryan is going short Baba, huh?
Yeah, off the VWAP.
Nice. Amazon, guys, 196.50, partialing out more. Turned out to be a good trade, 196.60. Tesla rejected that. I'm glad that I didn't get into Tesla.
Yeah, glad I was looking at Tesla too. I was feeling FOMO. I'm glad I didn't jump in there.
Tesla is super, Amazon is super strong. Somebody mentioned Amazon in the chat room. Thanks for that. Shop is popping up too. Yeah, that was super nice. Thanks whoever mentioned that in the chat room. GME also keep the scanner. Rejecting R4. It's dropping. Let's see if I get stop me out or no. So it's not nice. It's ugly.
All right.
If Amazon can hold. That was a big drop, but I'm holding. If it comes back above to 196.50, I might actually add more on it. But it did reject R4 very nicely. So let's see. Buy is strong. Let's see. Above 196.50, I might add more on it, but let's see if it can survive or not. Skews are coming back up.
Yeah, Qs are bouncing. Here goes Schwab too. Schwab's dropping.
SPY broke the high of the day.
Yeah, Qs are breaking out too. Still waiting for Baba to do something else here.
I'm going to add a little bit more on Amazon here. Not a lot. New average is 195.74. And add more if you go up for the 5 minute green range breakup. Again, that drop on 933 was kind of concerning.
Just gonna cover some more Baba. Just
All out of Amazon, guys. It looks like it's
come on.
copy. A lot of Amazon.
Baba's not doing much here, unfortunately. Oh, it's popping back up. Now I'm going to get out of the rest of it. All right. Lost a little on that last partial, but I've already made a fair amount on the first two trades.
Popping up. Oh, Baba is squeezing up.
Yes. Yeah. Stop me out on the rest.
Bank of America. Bank of America is hitting the scanner. It's a really nice pop. Is that the earning on Bank of America?
Yes.
Wow. Baba is very nice to squeeze.
Yeah.
Bank of America is very, very nice squeeze. So I had a little profit on Amazon, not as much as I was hoping. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA is super garbage. AMD is like a dog. Apple is okay. Tesla, waiting to see if Tesla can
Tesla
squeeze.
looks like it's getting ready to sell off here. Maybe, I don't know. Hard to
ASIC is
say.
it's costing. So
It's range bound. Let's see, it might pop now. It's a fair amount of shares at 254. We might come down and get those.
Amazon rejected that very nicely. Jared is doing AMD thing, huh? Added at 178. You're long, huh? Or short, Jared, long.
AMD is really choppy.
Still going up. I sold all of my TNA position, guys. But this IWM, unbelievable move.
Yeah. IWM's up another 1 1/3%.
I know, it's crazy. Rejected. Shop is nice. Shop was a very nice squeeze. I missed it, unfortunately.
Sure. Yeah, I'm short a little bit of Tesla right now. I think it's going to come down at 255. No, not going to do it. Choppy.
AMD wants to go green.
And they pop back. The Qs just pop back up again.
Yeah, AMD looks like it wants to go green. I'm considering a long on AMD.
Here we go.
79.30.
Just
Long on AMD.
Just
That
covered
is-
some Tesla. I just covered a lot of the Tesla at 250. I got a good fill, 253.98.
Yeah, I'm long AMD 179.30. Let's see if he can break becomes a 5-minute win range, 5-minute engulfing or not. This is a
It
trade.
is ripping.
Oh, maybe we should go to NVIDIA. Oh yeah, NVIDIA is nice. NVIDIA is going. I'm long NVIDIA 128.90. For the breakup 129. So I'm long NVIDIA as well, guys. Let's see, 120. Yeah, NVIDIA big ask on it. NVIDIA has became like engulfing. Our pre-market is at 129. Let's see if NVIDIA can break 129.
Here we go with Tesla. Just going to cover some more at 253.70. Come on. Okay, cover some more here. 253.30. Oh, nice. Thank you. Tesla car crash.
It's going to go red.
Looks like it, but it usually bounces hard off the PDC. So I'm going to get out of most of it here. There we go. There's your 252. Yeah. $252 print. Yeah, Jared. There's a fairly big gap here to fill.
See if
I don't know
NVIDIA is going to break out. Come on, NVIDIA. Big size in NVIDIA. Come on.
I don't know if I'm going to fill the gap today, but we'll see.
129.
And where's Paris? I love you, Tesla. Ah, yes. Look at this. 250.
WM is still popping, guys. All right, guys. Let's see if this break of NVIDIA is going to get that 129. I'm heavy size on it. Let's see if you can go to 129. AMD is setting off. Gotta get out of AMD.
AMD, chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop,
See, I'm still long both AMD and NVIDIA. Let's see if NVIDIA is actually breaking 129. SPY is going to go toward R3. I'm adding a little bit more on AMD at 179 at the VWAP. NVIDIA is at 129, is rejecting that.
Okay, well, there's your bounce on Tesla.
He's coming back up. See if AMD is going to go green or not. I'm still long at AMD. The average on AMD is 179.29. The NVIDIA average is 128.81. Let's see if we can get this one. Charles Schwab is coming back above the VWAP.
Yeah.
Ayala.
See, what did I tell you about Tesla? I knew it would bounce back. It just had to overshoot there. Maybe just 254. I'm gonna reshort.
He hasn't lost the VWAP yet, so let's see if we can.
Just reshorted Tesla at 253.72.
Market is not doing anything. All right, I gotta get out of AMD. I'm stopping out AMD, guys. That was a bad loss. If it comes back above the VWAP, I'm gonna get back in there, but that was a really bad loss on AMD. Still NVIDIA holding it. Let's see what NVIDIA is also not super great. These two are not tradable. Charles Schwab, this CHW might be interesting for a long. This CHW. This is bouncing back on.
Sort of. I reshorted it. So I'm just seeing as long as it stays below 254, I think it might have another leg down here. I actually might cover some just right 253.30. It wasn't a great fill, but okay. So I'm just covered a bit. I'm concerned it might bounce back here to the VWAP.
Right, NVIDIA is coming back up. Come on, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
You can do it. NVIDIA, you can do it. It's not a great stock and play NVIDIA today. Again, if you look at the daily chart, it's like a, again, inside bar between these two. Usually what you want to trade is you want to trade them above breakout of these levels. So then it's actually between these two levels. So it's in the choppy range area. I shouldn't have traded NVIDIA. It's kind of a trade.
IWM and the SPY are trying to figure out what to do here. And Baba really squeezed.
Baba 77.80, yeah. AMD, super garbage. Another really bad loss on AMD.
I'm going to get out of the rest of Tesla here. I'm not really feeling like I have an edge. So that was flat on the rest of that. Close to it. A little bit of a loss.
Amazon rejected very nicely from R4. It's the typical trade for Thor. It's really amazing. Thor did a really nice trade. See, it's really nice on Amazon. So R4, shorting this R4 is a typical standard trade by Thor.
You look at Tesla went right to R3 and then rejected at the open. That would have been another good trade. Yeah, of course, now Tesla's going to sell off again. Dang.
NVIDIA, I think I'm going to get a stop down on NVIDIA with the bad loss again. Looks like he wants to lose it.
You should have covered it. I knew. Kind of felt like it was going to reject
These highs, making new highs again, huh? SPY is going to go back to new highs. All-time high in SPY is yesterday. We did the all-time high at 565.
Yeah, just under 565.
NVIDIA is dropping. I'm going to get stopped down on NVIDIA, guys. Very bad loss today for me. Very heavy loss in both of them. Really bad loss, guys, on AMD and NVIDIA. Both garbage companies.
Oh, there goes Tesla. Damn.
Let's go back to red, huh?
Damn. Oh, yeah. Shit. Oh, well.
You got a good entry, huh? Did you cover?
Yeah, no, I did. I just
nice
covered. Yeah, I just covered it all at. I covered it all at PDC, and then it bounced back up again, and then I wasn't sure if it was gonna retest the low of the day. So that's okay. I still had decent trade on Tesla, still green on the day. So it's going to 250. Big ask at 250.
All right, guys, you've been watching Andrew and Brian trade live here. And as you can see, it has not been an easy day. I mean, it's very tough market. Tesla is starting to go now. You see a nice little drop on Tesla here. So it's going into the red. So it looks pretty good. But for the most part, a lot of the tickers this morning have been very choppy. A little weakness on Apple as well was on our list. GameStop did a couple of fake outs, but never really got the juice and got going. So struggling right now. It's just below the VWAP, so not much happening there. NVIDIA was my trade, guys, and I got stopped out as well. Again, just a very choppy day. Look at the choppiness here. We took it off the rejection of the previous day close here, below the VWAP, got the confirmation, went in short, and it was just not able to get to that continuation. So yeah, tough market, Jason. I agree. It's not a easy market, and you get those once in a while where it's just not an easy market to trade. Then NVIDIA gave you a nice engulfing pattern here. I thought about it. I was like, man, I should go long here. There's a great engulfing pattern, 5-minute engulfing pattern. We love this pattern when it shows up. It's very strong. And I might have probably gotten 1 R out of it, but just look at quickly, hits 129, and then right back down to the previous day close, right? Because our entry would have been right at previous day close. So not really a big move, given the risk to reward. So it's just a lot of choppiness, this trading day. Peter, I see you on deck, my friend. How are you doing? How has your trading been? I know you used to don't trade the open, but This has been a tough start.
It has. I did take a trade off the open this morning, so just one trade for me. Like you say, I'm not a big open trader, but I will jump in if I see an opportunity. I can show you my screen here. Just let me zoom in on
Yeah,
the
I see it.
Amazon. Uh, and I've got the black charts, so they probably don't show up as well. Here, let's bring you over a white chart, and I think it's. Oh no, I'm ruining my whole platform here. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, white
Well, bring
does
over
look
a white
better
chart
on
because it's
screen. Yeah.
it's just easier to see on camera. Uh, but I took Amazon off the open just for an opening range break up. Show my trades. There it is. As it was breaking this level here, I waited a little bit as it was breaking this level that it set in pre-market. And then you can see I got a couple partials, put my stop to break even as a protection mechanism. And sure enough, it hit that before it started to drop. So good little trade off the open. Got most of
Yeah.
my shares out, frankly, because you notice that I've got this what Thor talks about, the Camarillo pivot level at R4. I tried to get a partial right there as it bounced off of 196.60. So pretty happy with that trade, actually. So keep it simple, stick to your strategies, right? And you can find opportunity in almost any market. So now,
Yeah.
frankly, I've got about half an hour or more to wait until my longer range, bigger setups start to happen. So that's what I'll be doing. Just sitting back and watching. Probably we get some breakfast, actually, but.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
My trading's easy, right? And I always tell people, like, you don't have to stress what you're doing, right? I've got set strategies. I know what they look like, and if they look, good, if they set up the way I'm anticipating, then I take them. If they don't, then you just keep watching and wait for the next setup and the next opportunity. So, yeah, keep it simple.
Absolutely.
Smart guy.
Keep it simple. Looks like Mike Mike over on YouTube chat also took this trade with you, so he had the similar trade as you did. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. 571 viewers, and we have 272 likes. We'd love to see that a little bit higher. We haven't confirmed this yet, but laptop day, if we get, and I know we probably won't be able to get it now because there's only 563 of you guys, but if we get 700 likes, I think Andrew will do a laptop on any given day. So you get 700 likes. I know it might not happen now, but you know what? Call your friends and family. Tell them, hey, hop on here for a second, and you might have a chance to win a laptop. I will do that. So yeah, 700 likes, and Andrew will throw out a laptop on any given day. So it could happen on a Monday, it could happen on a Tuesday. It's up to you guys when that takes place. So, all right, yeah, Tesla, Nvidia is coming back down again. Just a lot of sideways action. Tesla right now losing it, making a new low of the day at the moment. So that looks decent there. And then we have Nvidia, GameStop, and some other ones. Just again, not an easy trading day. If you're having a rough time starting out, just ease off the gas and just be patient with the process. Very, very important. All right, in a couple of minutes, we'll have Pierre. He's going to be talking about his webinar tonight, actually in 5 minutes. So he's going to be joining us. So stick around for that if you want to know what tonight's webinar is all about and any insight he has to share with us this morning. Wow, Tesla is weak today. It continues to lose it here. Another new low of the day there, 250.01. Let's look at the daily. What's this next support level here? This is looking to turn out to be the trade of the day, as a short at least, if anybody took this. So on the daily towards the bottom, let's get some levels in here. We do have 246.76. Not a big strong level. I like a lot of touches on here. You just have a couple of days, not a whole lot. Below that you do have 239, and then you have the big one here from 2 days ago low. It's going to be down at 233. What is this? 233.14, right? So it's definitely showing some weakness. Did Andrew take this short? I'm looking at Andrew's screen now. Guys, if you want to see Andrew's screen live with no delays, check out the chat room membership over on bearwithtrades.com. You can join there. And what we love is we have trials too, right? You can try for a week, try for a month, and see if it fits your style, right? You don't have to commit immediately financially until you actually check out and see if it's something that's right for you. Go ahead, Peter.
Brian was trading Tesla short a little bit earlier. He missed the second move as it moved back through the VWAP down through 250, but he did take a short trade off the open. Was talking about that in the chat room. So he got the first
Yeah.
part of the move, not the second one. It's weak today. Hit 250 and it's still going.
Yeah.
We'll see how far
Still
it's
going.
going to go today. But
See how low it can go, right? So
how low can
it's
it go?
running here,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, we need something like that. How low can it go? So we need to get some kind of memeing gift for that, for the channel here. All right, friends. Anybody in chat, in our YouTube chat, short on this thing? Check Meta. Let's check Meta. Let's see what you guys are looking at. We'll take a quick look before we get Pierre on. Let's see what your tickers you guys like this morning. Meta, same thing. It just seems to be overall weakness, especially on these heavy hitters. Let's look at the SPY. SPY's not really selling off like that, right? Still well in the green at the moment. Well, not well, but still in the green. These tickers seem to be selling off on their own. A little bit of a sell-off now to the VWAP, but if you look at Tesla, it's doing its own thing here as far as the sell-off goes, right? Others might join the party, but this is doing its own song and dance at the moment. So Tesla, Nvidia, yeah, see, I would have been in this. Yeah, the overall market is turning here, Peter. You can see it. Another new low for Nvidia. I wish this would happen when I got into this trade, but stop that at VWAP. That's okay. It's all about
Bank
timing,
of
right,
America.
Peter?
Yeah, it is. It's
Down
always
as
about
well.
timing. Bank of America got to move up here this morning. So
Mhm.
a little bit of a pop on
Yep.
it. What's
And
GME not doing much? DJT looking a little choppy. No surprise there.
yeah, it's not nice. That's not good.
Shopify doesn't look great.
Yeah,
You know,
Shopify is one of these stocks that just doesn't get the volume. Look how nasty this is, right? A nice pop, flat again. It's just, even this trading just looks horrible in this 1 minute, right? And we get that a lot. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah. Costs? Somebody's mentioning costs here. It was a meme stock for like 3 days. Is it? Well, it's got volume.
Cost,
I'm surprised at the volume.
KOSS, right?
KOSS, yeah.
KOS, yeah.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah,
Don't
this
love
has
it.
to be
Wow,
with
Nvidia drop.
Mhm.
What the heck happened there?
yeah, Nvidia's
A lot of
losing it, man.
downside
This is
orders at
losing it big time.
126.
Yeah. Nvidia's dropping hard, and you're seeing others on here. Apple's staying put, but Tesla also took a nice little dive here. Has slowed down now, but Nvidia is taking matters into its own hands right now. So, oh no, don't tell me American Airlines is really strong. I want to buy more of this stuff. Oh no, this is not good. I was trying to buy more into my position, but at around 1060. Look at this thing now, 11. Hopefully it comes back a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, so American Airlines strong. Close the gap down what they had on was it earnings? Or was it I don't know if it was earnings or was it Delta? I know Delta
American
reported.
Airlines? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a profit warning. That's what we had. That was
Okay.
last week,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was on American. It was on Delta. Delta
Right,
had
Delta
earnings.
reported and yeah. Actually, speaking of earnings, let's see what we have in our calendar, and then we'll get over. Actually, Pierre should be joining us any second now. But quick look at our calendar, then Pierre is up next. We'll talk to him in a second. And yeah, we got some more stuff coming up. More banks, Discover, Domino's. These don't trade very well. I'm looking forward to the big guys, right? The Magnificent Seven, all these tech companies. Can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table, especially with all the showmanship they've been doing on the charts. Is that going to be backed up by the numbers, Peter? That's going to be fun to see. All right, excellent. Friends, we have today one of our moderators, Pierre, and he's excellent because he actually he's one of my favorite moderators because he trades the same strategy I do, 5-minute ORV. So welcome, man. It's good to have you here.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Listen, I know you have a webinar coming up tonight that we are looking forward to, and opportunity to tell our members over on YouTube, our YouTube family, what is that about, and any insight you want to share with us today.
Yes, so I have this webinar called The Ultimate Guide to Succeed in the Stock Market. So basically, I have a course that just came out on Trading Terminal, and I decided to put the same name for my webinar tonight. Of course, in 1 hour webinar, I won't be able to touch everything you need to know to become a a profitable day trader, but I will really want to focus tonight on the strategy, which is my bread and butter, my open range breakout strategy, which I think you're playing the same strategy, right, Carlos?
Yeah. 5-minute RB is my bread and butter, and I got some questions for you that I get a lot from traders after you're done, obviously. That I get a lot about the 5-minute RB, and I want to see how you handle certain situations with that strategy after you're done with the
Yes.
webinar.
Yes, will be pretty interesting to share with everybody how I changed that strategy in the past 5 years I've been trading. I don't play it the same way I've been playing it in the beginning. So all the thing I add up to the strategy to make it more effective. So it will be really interesting to share that with the community.
Excellent, man. Looking forward to it. We'll take one or two questions from the chat room as well. But listen, one of the questions I get a lot on the 5-minute RB is, how often does it work, and can you survive just on the 5-minute RB? And I want to see your answer. I got my answer based on the way I do it, but what is your answer to that? To traders that say, "Hey, I want to trade the 5-minute RB. I like it, but can I trade that every single day?" What's your answer to that?
Yes, that's a pretty good question, because this is, for example, the 5-minute RNB is a strategy I don't see every day. For example, today I haven't played any 5-minute RNB, but I catch a nice 15 minutes RNB on Tesla. So I played a 5-minute and the 15 minutes RNB exactly the same way. So it's a strategy that requires a lot of patience, because it's better to wait for perfect setups and don't push any trades, because it's normal to have some days where you don't see any. So I really believe it's a kind of strategy that it's a good thing to mix with different other strategy, like a reversal or there will be 15, because like I said, it's something that don't came up every day.
Yeah, and that is exactly my answer, man. It's you need a lot of patience. I remember when I first started trading, if I was trading this strategy 10 times, 10 trades, I knew I was over trading and probably not doing it well. The minute I reduced the number of trades, it started to work. So you got to be very patient, and you're not always going to. Some days you're just going to walk away without trading the 5-minute RB or the 15-minute RB.
Exactly, because it's easy to see setups of 5-minute RNB and try to push a trade out of your trade book. Because we see breakout in either long or short every day, but it's super important to keep it to quality setups. Like we saw today on Tesla, I can share my screen and see quickly the trade.
Oh yeah, please share. Yeah, share your screen. Absolutely.
Give me a second here. There you go. So I hope you guys can see my screen here. So that's the trade I took on Tesla this morning. So the first thing I saw is how that 15-minute candle closed. Closed pretty weak under a VWAP, under Air 3. And then I waited for a retracement here towards the VWAP with low volume, super important. Actually, in the webinar tonight, I'm going to talk about the VPA, so the volume price analysis, which is super crucial to understand for open range breakout strategy. So here I waited for that retracement towards the VWAP, and I took it short right here. And I'm actually still in the trade. I partial a big chunk at S3, and here I'm hoping to see further downside on the trade. But that's a great trade book setup of the open range breakout 15 that worked pretty good this morning on Tesla.
Yeah, and Tesla's showing, as you can see, guys, if you're trading Tesla now, showing a lot of weakness, continues to make a new low. I see Andrew's looking at NVIDIA possibly for a reversal if he can get one. Usually after we see stocks drop like this so much, you might get some kind of reversal. NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA up here. This thing is, wow, there's got to be some news on NVIDIA. This seems very aggressive. We'll get with Peter in just a second here, see what's dropping this. But this looks insane.
Same for the market. QQQ and SPY is it's dropping so far this morning.
Yeah, it just could be overall market movement. Yeah.
Gonna cover some more Tesla here.
Yeah, no, it's a look at this drop, man. It's just insane. Pierre, before we let you go, anything else you want to share, and how can people get in contact with you as far as social media or anything else you have set up?
Well, on YouTube, I can put my personal email. If anyone have any question, I will share it there. And everybody feel free to join the webinar tonight. It's going to be a really interesting topic. I'm super excited to talk about the strategy that helped me being a profitable trader. So looking forward to it.
All right. Looking forward to having you guys. Thanks, Pierre. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks to you. Talk to you soon.
All right. Excellent. All right, we're watching Tesla. We're looking at Nvidia. Peter, I see we have the weakness on Nvidia just continues. It is a massive drop we're seeing here.
Yeah, weakness across a lot of tech stocks. So the Qs as an index are dropping. Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft. I mean, they're all down. I'm just looking across the board
Wow.
here. Even Amazon on Prime Day. I told you, Amazon doesn't always do great stuff on this Prime Day, but it looks like all of tech is heading down. And I got to blame Jared. There's really no news specifically, but Jared has called the death of tech. He said that he's pretty bearish on
Bearish, yeah.
tech stocks, and he's been saying that for the last 2 days in the chat room, and he's right again. I mean that man is rarely wrong. So if you join the community,
he's
you
very
can listen
good.
to Jared on Engineering the Markets, and of course in the afternoons when he's on as well. He's got his finger on the pulse. That guy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to tune in just a second to see what Brian and Andrew are doing in their live trade, to give you a peek of what our chat room looks like, guys. And if you want to head in there, you can as well. You know, it's funny. Talking about Prime Day, Peter, I usually get tons of ads that Prime Day is coming. I had no idea Prime Day was today. Usually it's all over the place. I'm getting emails. It just seems like that's an aggressive advertisement. You know, it's on your Instagram when you scroll through it. I didn't see any ads for Prime Day.
That's a good point. Normally I get a couple in my inbox. I'm a Prime member and I shop there a lot. So I haven't really got any either. So maybe it's not as I don't know, heavily advertised today. But I don't my experience has been it's not worth shopping anyways, because the few things that are on sale are not things that I want to buy. And just because it's like 60% off doesn't make it a good deal. But I'm told
AP says
I don't bargain shop properly.
AP says I live in a cave, and you're right. I absolutely do, and the ads still get in there. That's how good Amazon is. So I don't understand why I didn't see no ads for it. So yeah. All right, friends. Let's
just on a chart there, Brent. You were showing the SPY. If you really want to see, we got a lot of divergence between tech and non-tech stocks. SPY being the overall market. Check out QQQ. If you look up the chart on QQQ, big difference, right? Whereas this one's gapping down below yesterday's level, and big move down on it today, and that's sort of showing you what all the tech stocks, which largely make up the Qs, are doing today. So, if you overlay Nvidia, for example, onto the Qs or replace that chart, you'll barely be able to tell it's a different chart. It looks very, very similar this morning. So, we're getting a downturn. Now, this is when I get to spring into action sometime soon, because, I wait and see what's going to happen. This may bottom. If it does, I'll wait for my signals, and I might be able to take it long again for a little bit of a rebound. If it doesn't, then I just sit and wait, right? So don't rush anything. Yeah. Stick to your strategies. Just because you missed this move, don't start getting that FOMO and chasing things around. It's usually when people start to lose money.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Be patient. If we don't get today, we'll get it tomorrow. All right, excellent, guys. 9:10. Let's see what Andrew and Brian are up to this morning. I see they're looking at Tesla. They're looking at the overall market and just kind of seeing if there's going to be any reverse opportunity to the upside. I see Tesla's trying to find some kind of support here. Let's tune into them and see what's going on there. We'll check back with you guys in a second.
Long on NVIDIA at 125. Stop loss would be give it 124.50. Let me get an NVIDIA long too. That's NVIDIA wants to get a bounce. 125. Stop loss would be below low of the day. All right, Tesla is bouncing back to the calls are popping up. See, NVIDIA go a little bit higher. Tesla calls are doing pretty good too. Tesla bouncing. Yeah, Tesla is bouncing, so Tesla calls doing pretty good. Come on. Tesla, don't bounce back. I should have partial on Tesla calls. I'm adding a little bit more on NVIDIA here. Now I have a big size on NVDA.
Yeah, I took a long. I took a long on Nvidia with you.
You did as well. Like,
Yeah.
I have a big size on NVDA, so
See if we can get to up to that 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. It's just under
I'm gonna try 9
126.
EMA. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Near 126, huh? Hell yeah! Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, there's some orders there. They pulled them though.
I have a very big size on NVDA, guys. I sold my house for NVDA.
Here we go.
I'm gonna sell half of my calls, Tesla calls. So actually popped up very nicely. Sell to close. Yeah, I sold some here.
I'm just selling some. I'm selling some Nvidia here. Here we go. Oh, nice. Got a nice
I'm
little
not
pop here.
I'm actually selling here. Yeah, I lied. I'm selling here. I have a very big size on NVIDIA. Let me get this
Nice.
last back.
Nice little rebound.
This is my open position, guys. You can see my screen. So I have 50 contracts of Tesla. Average is at 544.90. Then I have 10,000 shares of NVIDIA. Let's see if NVIDIA goes to 126. Let's see if I can come out of this mess. Tesla balance was pretty nice. So you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. Brent, can you zoom in on my chart on or YouTube? David, yeah, Tesla runs. The Tesla calls is nice. I'm actually letting it run too, but my calls are out of the money, so they're super sensitive. They're if I can come out of this mess today mess.
That would be good for you. Can salvage this day. I think it's called Global Plus.
All right, so NVIDIA made it in the 5-minute high. Let's see if NVIDIA can continue to go to 126. My hope is that it can get to near 126. I'm going to sell another contract of. I'm going to sell more contract of Tesla calls to.
The thing I don't like about NVIDIA is there's really no orders. We do have a bit of an order at 126, but there's not a lot of liquidity above us here. Doesn't mean we won't go up, but just a little concerning. It's not. The Qs are bouncing here off of yesterday's low. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. I'm out of the rest of my NVIDIA.
Yeah, NVIDIA, let's see. I might have stopped out at the break-even 2 here. I I think they might test the low and become a double bottom. AMD broke the low of the day, so it's a little bit worrisome here. Yeah, I'm getting out of NVIDIA, guys. I'm all out of NVIDIA, guys. Even though it might go up, but which it probably will, but I'm all out, guys. So the only thing that I have is 25 contracts of Tesla. I want 250 calls for the end of the day. Yeah, I think NVIDIA is going to go up to 126. I just wanted to stop.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just choppy right now. Some orders are kind of building to the upside here.
Yeah, still the 5 minute is making higher high and higher low. 5 minute is still bullish.
Yeah.
Should have held it a little bit more. Yeah, it's going to go test this moving average on 1 minute chart, and most likely it's going to go to 126. But I don't want to jump back in there. Is happening. All right, are we gonna have Pierre on now? Because I don't think I'm gonna take a new trade. So I think Pierre wants to talk about his presentation. Yes. That's NVIDIA. Come on.
I know, eh?
I'm gonna go to 126.
Yeah, probably.
Really on? This thing. It's been 9 minutes. He's already on. He's on where? I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. I'm coming back. NVIDIA is gonna go to 126.
All right, guys, you've been watching Brian and Andrew trade. So Andrew put a nice trade there on NVIDIA. This day has not been easy. As you can see, many of you guys struggling with a lot of good opportunities. But for the most part, he was able to get a good one on NVIDIA there. Looks like the overall market, Peter, is trying to bounce back here a little bit. But we got a nice drop. So if you took advantage, Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla all dropped pretty good. So give you a nice short opportunity. And Peter, now that I know that you're love the short trades better than the long one, hopefully you was able to join any of these good opportunities out there.
Well, now's the time for the bounces, exactly as I said, right? You got to wait for the signals to come in. I didn't get a good signal on NVIDIA to trade, but the Qs look beautiful right now. Good little pattern there. So I took an index trade on the Qs, and we're riding it long. We'll see if we can get back to green on it. That'll be great. But if not, I'm at least can't lose on this one now. Stop is at break even, so it's looking good.
Nice. All right. Looking at some other ones on here. I'm looking at Apple. Apple's still showing a little bit of weakness, but again, it's trying to find a base here. What level is this? This must be the low of yesterday. Yesterday's low. Yep, yesterday's low. So it's right on that level right now. That could be key levels. This is why we mark these highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. They tend to play a really important part, and you're seeing that here. This is the low from yesterday. Find some support there. Let's see if it can hold. So retesting that now. Overall market showing a lot of weakness. Tesla bouncing back, trying to get to the VWAP. GameStop just just garbage. We're not doing a whole lot there. Nvidia dropping, and then also we have Baba. Baba went green, had a nice run. Actually, went green and just kind of hanging out there, but there is no volume whatsoever. So that's not looking too good. All right, friends. So that was Andrew took a break from trading there, and I think he might be back later to do a recap for you guys over on YouTube. Brian's going to continue to trade in our chat room, and don't forget tonight we have Pierre looking at his successful strategy 5-minute ORB. So don't forget that. That's tonight's webinar. And Peter, anything else before we sign off here from our YouTube friends?
No, I think we're good, everybody. I just want to remind you to continue to trade smart, trade safe, and we will see you back tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a safe trading day. Be patient out there. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Have a great one. I think there it is.
Let's do a 920 on Tesla right now. The NVIDIA drop was a 920. Yeah, you're right. What do you know? And Tesla's doing a 920 right now. Damn, it's too late on that one.
Morning, Brian.
Good morning, sir. You're right. That was a really beautiful 920 trade on NVIDIA as well. Amazing how that works. How's your morning, Jared?
Not too bad. Just managing stuff, and when there's a lot to look at, you start missing a few things, and they all kind of make sense. So you can only grab a few. You got your gap fill on Tesla. I saw that. It took you a few tries.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was in and out a few times.
Well, you were short bias yesterday, so I think you were just trying to finish that trade using today's.
Well, I didn't actually end up swinging any of it when the market kind of rallied back there. I just thought, oh, screw it. I didn't have a good feeling about holding it overnight, which I'm obviously glad I didn't.
Yeah, because you were looking at it more towards like 253, and then we spiked in the morning. So
yeah, exactly.
It's mostly a question of like your location.
Yeah. What I did do was I bought some SQQ.
I think it's time to hedge downside in tech, whether it's short term or not. I'm getting a little concerned with the tech sellers.